This is another awesome episode of using sheep as lawnmowers. So as you can see, this area here is overgrown to about my waist. I came back here looking for some firewood and realized I can't even see it. This area is so overgrown. But what's really bad about that is that within this field, there is wood. This is where all the firewood was stored for this year. That needs to be moved and put up near the house. Now, I can't come back here with a lawnmower for that exact reason. This entire thing is a minefield of wood and other things. So what on earth was I going to do? We have the perfect solution, which we also used up front when we didn't have a lawnmower for our main field, and that is sheep. They lawnmower perfectly. They are also agile. We'll be able to step over all the wood and we'll eat this all down so that it was better than any lawnmower that came through. So this is just a really good example of using your animals in a productive way. Now, I've mentioned before that this has been done quite often. Actually, a lot of solar fields use goats and sheep because they can maneuver around the solar panels without damaging them, which heavy machinery just can't do. And you can't have overgrowth block your solar panels. So they've been a really good solution for this for a long time. Plus, it's free food for them. If you were to just cut this down, it ends up being nothing. This is all good food. So it's just a wonderful situation. So they are going to find the missing firewood. So guys, help me find it. And you know what? It's stimulating for them. This isn't the field they're normally in. I mean, obviously it's overgrown. So it gives them a chance to explore somewhere exciting, gives them a little fun games, and yet they're still always wanting to eat. So it's just the perfect solution for everybody involved. We have a lot of work to do and a lot of work they will be doing. Right, babe?
Yes.
Yes. So, you like having them out here? Do you like being the little shepherd? Yeah.
Of course, because what's really neat is it connects to our quarter, which is our backyard, which then basically, like we described in another video, we use this if we have to transport at-risk animals that are frightened or not easily moved about. So this enables me to also work on the deck during my workday, and
they can just wander right on up and do our back lawn. And not only do they cut the grass for us, they fertilize it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
Which is important because we are basically reclaiming the land. So that's a big part of it is that whole circle of life.
100%. And that is a lot of the philosophy that we work with for a lot of things. For, sheep as lawnmowers, for regenerative farming. It's not just hippie stuff, and it sounds like it. It totally does. I get it. But the logic behind it is sound. It's when you have everything the land needs, it's going to grow that much better. Mm-hmm. When the animals that are mowing the lawn are also fertilizing it, it's just that one better step toward creating like harmony in the environment.
Mm-hmm. People just don't want to wait, and we
right.
have seen what excavating can do.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's not always pretty.
No.
And this way basically they're regenerating. We get to see what we have to work with, and then we can analyze the land and move forward after that, versus just this is an unknown and get a bulldozer in here to do whatever, and then we have to wait to get that land back to where it needs to be. This is a little slower in one way, but more natural and more cost effective and fun.
Exactly. Like I said, we could bring a lawnmower in here, and if we had that ability, the lawnmower would do it faster. But actually, as I said at the start of the video, a lawnmower is not even an option here because this is a minefield of wood. The lawnmower wouldn't be able to maneuver. They will be able to. And not only can they maneuver around the wood, they can eat right to it. Like they can do what a lawnmower could do that much better. And yeah, it's going to take time, but when you're not in a particular hurry, that's fine.
And it's free food.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Sometimes when you're trying to do these things, you do have to think of the cost. And one of those costs, it could be, the machinery to do this, but the other one is feeding. So they're eating a little less hay this way, a little less grain this way, and they're getting a little bit more engagement with their surroundings, so a little bit more interest there and fun.
And it's not just sheep. We see a couple of goats right over there.
That's my baby boy.
So they're also joining the herd. Now, goats eat a little differently than sheep. They're great for when you have shrubbery or branches and things like that. Our sheep are probably what's going to do the main clearing. So they get the spots that aren't necessarily even a problem. We don't really necessarily need that tree cleared, but these guys are doing exactly what we pay them for. So it is wonderful. And it is just awesome to have that one more step of regenerative
farming.
Yeah, because it's just good. And as you mentioned, we have had land excavated, and that definitely takes its toll on land. And it's also what commercial farmers are going through right now. Commercial farmers strip the land every season, and we're realizing now that that really takes a toll on it. There are healthier ways, and they are slower in some ways, absolutely. But if we actually still want to have something here in 100 years, we need to think about it now, right?
Yes.
It can't always be capitalism to the most extreme. It can't. And I'm not an anti-capitalist, but you have to have a balance. Everything in life needs a balance.
Right, Kilo?
Right, Kilo? Like you have your sheep, but you also have to have your kilo. You have to have your branches plucked from the top. Every now and then, you go from the top down.
Silly Kilo. She's like, there's rocks up here and they're delicious. She was eating rocks.
She's supposed to, it's good for her gizzard. Good for the old gizzard. Okay, guys, well, that's it. We just wanted to show you. It's very, very exciting. And once again, it's really hard to get an idea of just how overgrown it is. But if you wanted an idea, this is about my waist level. So it's quite high. This is an emu. It's quite a large bird, and he is well buried. Are you coming in? Are you coming in? That's my fingers. That's also my fingers. Stop. Those are all my fingers. How are you finding them? Guys, he's just plucking fingers. He's going from one corner of the camera to another. Don't you look down there. Don't you even look down there. Okay, guys.
You're so silly.
They're all silly. Well, that's it. And this has been an awesome episode of Sheep as Lawnmowers.
And kilos.
And kilos. And if I think about it, I'll show you the after. Sometimes we don't get around to the after in this because, like I said, this is a longer process, and that's fine. Oh. You almost lost your chain. We got that on camera.
Yeah.
You still have your charm, so you're doing good. She is so bad. Yeah. Don't you steal the show. That's not the point. Goats and sheep. So there's our baby mama. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.